Hi everyone, welcome back to Trace the Trade, the DiMuto podcast where we explore the future of global food trade one conversation at a time. Today is a special episode, so we are focusing on DiMutoClear, our flagship solution that is already changing the way fresh produce is traded around the world. At its heart, DiMutoClear is about creating shared truth in every trade. By digitizing each carton and making quality visible, it helps suppliers and buyers resolve disputes faster, strengthen trust, and build more resilient relationships. So to talk about this, I'm joined by Wei Lun and Jordon from DiMuto, and together they'll share about how DiMutoClear works in practice, what it means for the industry, and why it matters for the future of agri-trade. So, Wei Lun and Jordon, thank you so much for joining us today. To start, maybe you guys can introduce yourselves and what you do at DiMuto.
Yeah, hi everyone, I'm Wei Lun. So I'm the tech product manager here at DiMuto. So my role in DiMuto is actually, I'm actually working on the DiMuto Clear flagship product, where we actually is an agri-trade management solution which helps like agri-traders, buyers and suppliers to have their trades managed clearly from end to end, from farm to fork. So that's my role in DiMuto.
Okay.
Right, and me, I'm Jordan. I'm the head of TechOps at DiMuto. And so at DiMuto, I help to plan the product roadmap, and also like making sure all of the pieces have fits into the ecosystem that we want to ultimately build. And more importantly, is to bring value back to our customers.
Thank you both for joining us today. So let's get into it. So, Jordan, could you please explain to our listeners and viewers what is DiMutoClear, and could you please break it down for us?
Yeah. So to start off with the context, the thing is in the agri-trade nowadays, it is pretty messy, whereby all of the channels are pretty fragmented. When I say fragmented, is that your communications are on WhatsApp, your reports could be on Excel, and the Excel will be probably sent over via email, and to be able to backtrace all of this information, it is extremely tedious and it's also quite disorganized. And with DiMutoClear, what we want to do is, or rather what we have done, is that we consolidated all of these data entry points all on the same platform, which provides you a single source of truth for you to better manage your huge volume of trades. The thing about trades is that it is like juggling, where you are juggling multiple things at the same time, making sure your shipping is correct, making sure your produce is of quality, making sure your documents are there, and more so importantly, the buyer receives the item in good condition. And this is hard, and we understand that because we are traders as well. And so with DiMutoClear, you'll be able to put all of the documentation all on the same trade, neatly organized, allocate the right container number or shipping number or whatever mode of transport you are tagging your produce in. You are also able to digitize a digital twin. This is something that what we are famous for with our platform, is to create a digital twin of the fresh produce that you are shipping, and also adding all of the records that is related to the trade, such as your vital certification, your QA reports, your buyer invoicing, etc., etc.
It sounds like it's a very powerful product, and definitely for produce buyers and suppliers, it's not just a nice to have. It's something really important for them. So, Wei Lun, a question for you. So, from your perspective, what are the biggest challenges that you see in agri-trade today that DiMutoClear is designed to address?
So, as what Jordan was saying, just adding on to his point, so in the current agri-trade industry, everything when agri-produce are being moved from one point to another, things can get really messy. So a lot of times we are unable to track, I would say, three main things. So it will be the quality of the produce, the shipment, and also the payments. So maybe let me go one point by one point. So for quality, so a lot of times in an agri-trade, from farm all the way to fork, to actually move the produce from one point to another, there with the moving of the goods, it actually results in a lot of like quality degradation. So firstly, what DiMutoClear does to tackle this is at every point of the trade, you are able to actually record and capture the quality at every point. So for example, when the fruits are being first harvested, you're able to see how well the fruits are being harvested on the supplier's end, and then moving forward to when they're packing it to when they're loading it, you're also able to capture the quality through our DiMutoClear. And when it's received on the buyer's end, when they receive the goods, the buyers also were able to capture the quality of the goods and then check back with what the supplier has provided to see whether there's any degradation that happens. So in that case, if there are quality issues that arise, they are able to raise disputes, also manage, and if there were any claims to be made, they are able to see all the evidence on the platform and then have the claim settled through there. And then secondly, another aspect of what the platform can do is you are able to track the shipment as well. So this is actually with the integration with podcast, what we have on DiMutoClear. They are able to actually track exactly where, when the goods are being shipped out, where exactly it is being, where it is exactly at, and also if there is potentially any delays that's going to come, which will actually cause any I would say potential problems in the transportation of the goods. So basically with DiMutoClear, it actually helps our users to actually tackle two main challenges in agri-trade space. So basically one is the quality issues, everyone in the trade is able to have a single source of truth to see how the quality of products has actually been from farm to fork, and lastly also to be able to track the shipment of the goods. And a lot of times they are unable to track whether there are any potential delays that's going to happen. So with DiMutoClear, we are able to do that so that everyone will be on the same page of where the goods are at any moment of time.
Okay,
So, yes.
thank you so much. Yeah, it's very informative. So maybe we can talk more about like the real world outcomes. So Jordon, maybe you can share some of the concrete outcomes or maybe some cases that you've seen, like how it has improved with like DiMutoClear. Yeah.
Yeah, sure thing. As traders ourselves, we do encounter quite a lot of problems that arise during the trade. And one of the many things that we encountered was that we were doing a tomatoes trade for a dry vegetable season. And when the thing about tomatoes is that or rather most of the fresh produce, is that it oxidizes, or rather the shelf life is really like narrow. And so when we ship out, or rather all of the tomatoes that are harvested, that are packed in a pack house, we have to ensure that it's going to be really on the greener side rather than going towards red before we ship out, so that by the time it reaches the warehouse and it reaches the retail spaces like the supermarkets, it is ripe for sale. And if it's too red at the pack house, we probably need to flag out, not probably, but we will need to flag out really early on in the stage. And creating a digital twin helps that, because you can manage what you can see ultimately on the platform. And so we actually diverted a lot of the ones that are ripe into the local markets so that we avoid the disputes and claims in the first place, and maintaining the quality when we are shipping over the produce to the end user, which is geographically much further. Another thing that helps us to also better be prepared for is to inform our buyers on the quality of produce they are receiving. Because we create a digital twin, We are able to see everything that's on the pack house. We can share the information to the buyer and say that, hey, we realize that there's quite a bit of scarring in the cucumbers that we are sending over. Or, will you be able to accept that, or do you want me to, not send that over? And doing these preventative measures ultimately reduce these dispute claims, but it's all because that we are able to, see what's on the ground, right? So our angle of food waste or tackling food waste is to have the notion of prevention is better than cure, and this is something that we really embody by.
Okay, yeah. Sounds like it's really been very impactful in a lot of different use cases. But Wei Lun, maybe a question for you. So from what I hear, DiMutoClear sounds very straightforward. Like there's a lot of benefits to using it. When you digitize cartons, you get transparency, and then you can also cut disputes. But from what I know, the adoption, or in general, the adoption of new technologies in this industry can still be slow. So why do you think that is? And what are the challenges, I guess, you were facing in this kind of product?
Yeah. So I think firstly, in terms of adoption, because the agriculture, I would say, industry as a whole is still pretty late to the game of like adopting technology to actually improve their management of their produce. So firstly, I think that with that, a lot of the players in the industry right now, they are still slow to adopting all of this technology, which actually it hinders us to actually get them on board to actually adopt these technologies. And also, secondly, another point is that to actually move goods from the farm all the way to the fork, it actually involves like multiple players in a single trade itself. So you have to get the suppliers on board, you have to get the traders on board, you have to get the buyers on board, you have to get the pack house people on board, the warehouse people on board. So you can see that there are many players who are involved in this whole ecosystem of actually managing the transportation of the produce from one place to another. And then that itself actually is quite a big issue to actually get everyone every single party's buy-in to actually come into this ecosystem to make sure that all the data are inputted right, and everything is managed well on the platform. So that's one of the issues that we face as well. However, I would say that with DiMutoClear, a lot of we have different ways where you actually can do this, or the buyers can come in. We have actually made the platform easy to use, I would say. For example, we have like our mobile apps where actually the different players can actually just come in, create an account, and just input the information easily. And also we also have a web platform where they are also able to actually upload all this information easily. And we also have our own we also have our own Decky system, where it's actually a device where actually they put it on our packing. You are able to put it on a packing line and actually capture all of the cartons at the packing line where it's being packed by the suppliers. So I would say that actually with DiMutoClear, our product has actually made it easy to use and accessible for everyone, all the different players to come into the system to use it as well. So that is basically what I would say.
Okay, great. So maybe a question for either of you can answer, but how about in the future, where do you think, or how do you see DiMutoClear kind of shaping the future of agri-trade? Or what are your next plans for it? Or how do you plan to to increase adoption or scale it?
I guess okay. So I believe the direction that we're going is two main points. So I think the buzzword nowadays is AI. So definitely the use of AI in DiMutoClear, and also number two is automation, meaning hopefully in the future we can better automate processes so that things can be faster and more efficient for everyone. So going back to the first point of AI, so how we see we can actually use AI to better improve our DiMutoClear system. Basically, it's helping to capture any quality issues better. So actually, we're already working on what we have as a feature on DiMutoClear, which is correct, right? Sorry. So we actually already have a feature on DiMutoClear, which is actually the PQAI. So what PQAI does actually is actually help to accelerate the process of quality inspection of the products that are being captured on the platform itself. So what it does is actually we have actually trained models to be able to capture defects on certain products such as avocados, tomatoes, and papaya and bananas, and from there the system is able to, when the cartons are actually being captured onto the platform and the products are being captured on the platform, we are able to see immediately, instantly, how much defects are on these products, and these defects also are able to capture like from at different points of the trade itself, such that you'll be able to monitor the quality degradation on the system, and this actually helps the everyone in the agri-trade to be able to firstly reduce the manpower need to manually go and inspect all the fruits, and number two, it actually provides them like instant analysis of their quality products on our platform itself. So yeah, with using AI, we're hoping that it can help to actually fasten all of these like processes in the agri-trade process.
I do think that ultimately we want to add all of this trade intelligence within our platform, so that we don't need, or rather it helps you to error-proof the entire trade, to make it really seamless, make it very easy for you to get everything right. And I think it goes back to the point of performing or buying each trade. There's multiple things that you have to juggle, and by enhancing the trade intelligence within the platform through various means like your PQAI, if we are going to say able to pull in any tariff situation that might hinder this trade with with AI information or scraping the news, etc., etc. Ultimately, we want to make it easy for you to not encounter errors within your trade that you do, and with that, we make the world a greener place with lesser disputes and claims, because there will be lesser food waste.
Yeah. Okay. So we're coming up to our final question. So thank you for walking us through on how DiMutoClear is providing all these benefits and how it's building resilience in the agri-trade industry. So our final question is maybe any final advice for our listeners. So whether they're exporters, importers, or retailers, like any advice for them about embracing digital trade solutions? Maybe Jordon, you can start.
You can contact us right on DiMutoClear. I would say that the solution or the things we are building is really tightly correlated to our trading arm, where we are doing the trades, and so we are solving a lot of issues that exporters would definitely encounter. More so importantly, I think if with or without a DiMutoClear platform, I think what the key thing is to be able to know the quality that you're buying. You have the right documentation in a single place for you to easily track, and then you need to get up to speed with all of the situation around the world, whether is it global warming affecting certain trade routes, or rather like harvest, global warming affecting harvest due to floods. And you ultimately want to build a good relationship with the buyer, because the buyer in a way will look for you with your reputation of like quality produce over time. So yeah.
Thank you, Jordan. So, maybe for Wei Lun, again, the similar question, like any final advice for our listeners who maybe might be a bit hesitant on embracing digital trade solutions like DiMutoClear? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so to those who are hesitant to actually use solutions like ours, like DiMutoClear, so maybe you can take it with a mindset of these solutions actually helping you to safeguard your trades and also your produce. So one example could be, for instance, your maybe from an exporter point of view, maybe your buyers are actually they actually receive goods from you and they're saying that okay, they all of this produce is not the right category, it's not the right kind of quality that they actually ask for. And then for you on your end right now in this moment without technology, you are unable to actually really prove to them that you actually delivered the right goods. And actually with all these technological solutions we have like DiMutoClear, with everything being captured, every data quality point, every all the pictures, all the goods received records being captured on a platform, you are actually able to have a single source of truth where all of these disputes and claims can actually be dispelled very fast and very easily. And we actually have seen people who have used our platform where they actually be able to resolve disputes easily, just having to just use our technology solution on our platform to be able to see everything, everyone on the platform, to see all the data from one single source of truth. So with that, I would say that whoever is hesitant, just think that these solutions can actually help to safeguard your trades, your produce, and ultimately your profits at the end of the day.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. So, thank you so much, both of you, for the insights and for joining us. And also, thank you to our audience for tuning in to another episode of Trace to Trade. So, if you enjoyed today's conversation, please subscribe on Spotify and YouTube and share it with your partners who care about building a more transparent and resilient food system. So, thank you once again to our guests, Jordon and Wei Lun. Until next time.